division here at Gideon Taylor. Sorry I couldn't be with you guys today. In lieu of my visit, I wanted to record a short video and show you a little bit about what we're doing at IntraC. At IntraC, we focus on two main areas for PeopleSoft customers. The first is what we call Web UX, user experience. This is where we bring a consumer-grade user experience to enterprise users of PeopleSoft and other software systems. What you're looking at here is an example of one of those sites where we are combining multiple systems of information into one really easy to use user interface. That's pulling from PeopleSoft, Salesforce, Kronos, Taleo, HCM Cloud, on and on. We're going to come back to this, but let's talk about the second part of where IntraC focuses, which is AI-based digital assistants or chatbots. Ours is called IDA. So I'm going to pull one up in this environment. Let's go ahead and say hi. The promise of digital assistants are that we can talk to our computers in our own words and they will figure out the rest rather than hunting and pecking and searching. You can see right away when I say hi, it knows who I am. I'm Betty, and so you know that this is a personalized experience. So let's start with something very basic. I'm about to take a business trip. Well, I was going to come to Tennessee actually, and so let me see. Do I need a travel auth? You'll notice throughout this demo, I'm going to misspell words. I'm not going to use ideal sentences. It's all to demonstrate that the machine learning is really good at figuring out what a user means. In this case, it knows that there's a travel authorization policy inside Salesforce. It's actually going to pull the Salesforce knowledge base article into the chat as the answer. And there I go. I get it right there. Moving kind of along, maybe English isn't my first language. So what if I were to switch and go to Spanish? On the fly, the digital assistant can detect over 100 languages. So it should detect that I switched to Spanish. There you go. It gives me my response all in Spanish. It's actually pulling data from PeopleSoft live in real time, and it never stores it in the cloud. So I can continue through this interaction entirely in Spanish. And I can switch back to English and things just go back to working as they should in English. So let me show you maybe driving a business process through chat. Think about 360-degree feedback and performance reviews. So I need to ask a coworker to fill out some feedback on me. So I'm going to say, can you ask Jill for feedback? So the digital assistant's going to kind of go through a process of clarifying what exact feedback I'm looking for. I'm looking for formal feedback. But look at this. There are quite a few Jills in my organization. So it's going to ask me specifically which one I mean, and Jill Chancellor is who I mean. You can see the employee ID there. So IDA will recognize all the names of your people in your system, which makes it kind of quite powerful. I'm going to say no to this. Let's keep moving along. Let's kick it up a notch. Maybe I'm a manager and I want to transfer someone to a different department or a different supervisor. So let's do, I'd like to move, let's see, Diane to Nettie next week. There's a lot going on in that sentence. So it's going to begin to kind of deconstruct it. The first is it's going to validate which Diane I'm talking about. And Diane Palmer, there's only one, so it asked me about Diane Palmer. That's exactly right. It says, you told me July 18th for this change. That's the effective date. Is that right? I actually said next week, but July 18th is next Monday. So yes, that is right. Of course, it's going to confirm that there's only one Nettie. It's Nettie Oyang. Yes, I'm good there. Please give me some comments. So Diane needs a change. So this is effectively submitted this business process. Could be through an eForm, could be through a component interface, and I've just now completed a manager self-service transaction in just a few seconds without having to remember any training. One thing about managers that is very common is they just want to know what they need to do today or this week. And to-dos for multiple systems are always a pain point. So what if you could just ask your digital assistant, what are my to-dos? And what you'll see here is we'll integrate workflow, task lists, and to-dos from multiple systems, from PeopleSoft, SuccessFactors, Taleo, Kronos, and other modules we have. If we were to drill into one of these, like let's say Taleo, job requisitions, I see there's a posting I need to approve for a new position on my team for a technical artist. Look, I could do that all right here. Imagine a manager on their phone, on chat, being able to approve things in just a matter of a few seconds, regardless of which system it came from. And that's some examples of things you can do with IDA and digital assistants. It goes a lot farther than just FAQs. In fact, one last thing I want to show you is let's show you some analytics and reporting. Can you run a report on Espinoza? I think it's the training one. It's the training one. So this is actually connected to BI Publisher. Oh, of course, yes, Espinoza, Carmichael, that's who I meant. And it's run this actually through a process scheduler, BI Publisher report. This is the output, and it even offers to send it to my mailbox. PDF, Excel, whatever the case may be. So let me show you one more thing. I want to give you a little sneak peek of what we're working on in terms of IDA GT eForms integration. This is just the beginning, but hopefully it gives you a little bit of flavor. We're going to do a whole lot more in this space. I've just logged into this kind of 859 environment, I believe. I'm going to click on chat, and I need to do an expense report, right? So how about this? How do I get reimbursed for this trip? Oh, see, look at that. So it recognizes right away that's an expenses question. Okay, I can help you with expenses. I need to add a new one. Let's do that. So we're actually talking to GT eForms here. It gives me a personalized link to add a new eForm expense entry, and boom, I'm right into my eForm. So you can imagine how easy this is. I don't need to think about where can I find eForms or what menu they're in. I just ask my question. If the answer is I need to fill out an eForm, it'll bring me there. In fact, it's even smarter than that. If I did something like, let's change the way I ask this question, right? Can you, let's see, can you update an expense report for me? What you'll notice here is if to update an expense report, it's got to figure out what expenses are currently in progress. So it's going to check my file here. It's looking at all my eForms. It'll come back, oh, look at all these eForms. Oh yeah, it's that Nashville one I need to update. This one's still pending. It's from July 6th. I need to go make a change to that. I forgot about that lunch I had on travel day. And boom, here I am, right into that eForm. Real fast, real simple. So that's a little sneak peek of some of the stuff we're working on. There's a lot more to come, but we wanted to show you at least this. Going back to web usability, just want to show you a couple examples of other clients we've had and we've worked with. This is the city of Calgary. This is one-stop shopping for employees and managers. This is where they land, putting their kind of assignments at the front, being able to get to benefits and other information. They use a tool of ours called Team Builder. This allows you to build an elastic search index on all your HR competency and certification data. This allows them in an emergency. You can see here they had an emergency. They needed bulldozer operators. They're actually able to search their entire employee database for people who have driver's licenses and can operate bulldozers. Find those people, invite them into a team, look at their profiles, and say, hey, we had this huge snowfall. We need your help ASAP. All leveraging Elasticsearch and the power of their HCM data. If you look over here, this is an example of the city of San Francisco. This is one of our front ends on top of PeopleSoft Benefits. I'm enrolling in benefits here. So we've turned the PeopleSoft Benefits enrollment experience into a much more wizard-like step-by-step experience. And that's all running in PeopleSoft as well. And finally here's an example of a work list where we're combining multiple work lists together into one place. You can see here, we actually enhance PeopleSoft workflow to pull in other data points to make it easier to understand what you're working on. So here's a little sneak peek of some of the stuff we're working on. We're really excited about it. We think you guys will be excited about it. If you have any questions, please reach out to Scott or me directly. Thanks.